Taking advantage of the week dedicated to the celebration of the National Tree Day, the Civic Initiative for the Environment and Sustainable Development, ICED, opted for the sensitization of young people on social cohesion and the role of taxes and the fight against tax practices harmful to development such as tax evasion or illicit financial flows from Africa, as highlighted by Apollinaire Nisharambere, Deputy Legal Representative of ICED. More than 120 young people from Kamang and Musaga gathered at Musaga Municipal High School and were told about the campaign to curb illicit financial flows from Africa, after which they joined military academicians who were planting trees with the support of the President of Burundi, Pierre Nkurunziza, in the celebration of National Tree Day, this Saturday the 16th of December, 2017. More than 600 trees of different types were planted all along the river Mpimba crossing the Musaga district, and which is often damaged by the erosion of the surrounding mountains of the city of Bujumbura, thus degrading the biodiversity of Tanganyika Lake. Apollinaire, ICED's deputy legal representative, told participants that you cannot call yourself rich while your environment is under threat. He encouraged them to plant more trees because some of them will not withstand climate change and other climate hazards. The Pan-Africanist Apollinaire explained to the press the motivations for having chosen the Musaga district. Musaga is one of the districts where the rivers are not protected. The choice of Musaga also has a social aspect, social cohesion and peace. We encourage all young people to work together for a brilliant future for all without distinction. Musaga should not be taken as a protest district, taking into account what happened in 2015. The sustainable development of the city must begin with Musaga. We must not leave anyone behind if we love this country. Apollinaire urges all Burundians in general, especially young people, to change their mentality. Work first and do not always think about funding. He told the gathered youths and added that as an example, this activity did not receive any funds but it is successful. It is an example to follow for the youth who would think to rely on assistance from donors. The world is in perpetual change. We have entered a new era where Africa has to rely on her own resources, both human and natural. The youths have to get together and they can. Africa has everything, insisted Apollinaire. Nina Nahezwarela, a student of the Center for Secondary and Technical Education, CEST, said she was satisfied with this action to protect the environment, which at the same time allowed her to reconnect with the relationships between young people from different neighborhoods. Musaga is a peaceful neighborhood like so many others. What happened in 2015 is only in the past. We want peace, exclaimed young Arella, smiling. Apollinaire Nisharambere is currently, at the same time, advisor to the cabinet of the President of the National Assembly of Burundi. Having worked on youth issues in the sub-region, EAC, within the various NGOs in the past, he is very involved in promoting the activities of the latter and advocates for a financially independent Africa. This explains his full commitment to the Stop the Bleeding campaign, where Pan-Africanists want to stop the bleeding of African financial resources that enrich the rest of the world while Africa remains the poorest of the 5 continents. For instance, the high-level report issued by Thabo Mbeki, the former president of South Africa, shows that Africa loses approximately $50 billion annually in IFFs. He concluded the event thanking the Tax Justice Network Africa and their partners for their continual support.